There is thinking low, there is thinking medium, there is thinking extra high, there is thinking max. What the hell? Like, what the hell? Just give us one or two, please. They're kind of at the same place. Oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. Okay, another day, another LLM got released. Claude Opus 4.7. Apparently the strongest of the popular LLMs, the ones that we have access to. Okay, here's the context and a catch really, because Opus 4.7 costs the same as Opus 4.6. So it's $5 when it comes to input, million tokens, and output is 25. Same for Opus 4.7. So they're similar, but there's a catch. So there's a new tokenizer, whatever they call it, which actually says that the same input maps to from 1, so the same, to 1.35 more tokens. This means that depending on the task you're giving to Opus 4.7, it is going to be actually using more tokens than Opus 4.6. So now when you think about this new tokenizer, then it can cost more. Well, more because it's going to use more tokens. The cost can be up to like 35% more compared to Opus 4.6. So let's have a look how it's actually going to perform. So I'm going to test the two models with the same PRD document. It's a very comprehensive PRD document. It is to build an AI tool dashboard. As you can see, we've got the tech stack again, the design system. And funny enough, I'm using actually Claude's design system for it, which I just grabbed from the design.md from one of the GitHub repositories. The tool of choice today is going to be Cursor. I think it's one of the better ones that are currently out there. So as you can see, I've got the 4.7 here. We've got our application running on the right-hand side. We've got 4.6 over here, running on a different port. They are in separate folders. Okay, so the model is going to be Opus 4.6. I am going to use the Opus 4.6 high. Without max mode, you get only 200,000 context windows. So I am going to use max mode for this test. And then in the other application, we are going to use Opus 4.7, which has by default 1 million context windows. So that's why I want to use max for 4.6. And also 4.7 is 50% off during the launch period. So it is 50% off. Okay, so simple. Let's build this. The PRD is in a markdown file. As you can see here on the right-hand side, Opus 4.7. We're going to keep max mode. And then 4.6, we've got high, max mode. Let's build this, same PRD. And let's just send this off and see what happens. So 4.7, 4.6. And let's see if I can actually rearrange this somehow. Okay, so the models are cooking. On the left-hand side, we see it's already writing code. Right-hand side as well. Again, left-hand side, Opus 4.7, as you can see here at the bottom. And on the right-hand side, we've got Opus 4.6 running at the same time. So we can actually launch two browsers in Cursor. So we've got Opus 4.6, Opus 4.7. So this is pretty awesome. Just looking at how they work, you can see the to-dos were created. There is way more to-dos on the Opus 4.6 side. As you can see, there's 13 versus 9, but they're still going. So they're kind of at the same place. Oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. So we've got 4.6 already doing something. Something got animated as well, which is pretty nice. It is still cooking. Okay, so they're just opening the tabs, but that's okay. 4.6, we can already see something, which is kind of nice. Looks promising. Okay. 4.7 is still working. Now, what Opus 4.6 is currently doing, it's actually checking. So like I'm not actually scrolling anything here. Let me just actually hide my face so you guys can see it. So it is actually controlling the browser for me and it's testing. As you can see here, it is noticing things, making sure that it makes the change. It's still doing something. Now Opus 4.6 wants to kill the port, which is fair enough. 4.7 still is working. Okay, look at that. Well, we'll look at it side by side in a second once they're finished. Okay, so they both kind of finish at the same time when it comes to the UI generation. The only difference is that Opus 4.6 is doing the mobile version testing, so it's testing the responsiveness, whereas Opus 4.7 just skipped that step entirely from what I can tell, which is okay. It wasn't in the prompt itself. Okay, nice. They've both finished at the same time, I would say. Now, left-hand side, so over here, we've got Opus 4.6. On the right-hand side here, we've got Opus 4.7. And You can immediately tell that the Opus 4.7 is a maybe not much better design because the PRD was very detailed, but you can see that there's the hero section here, which looks really nice and professional, whereas on the left-hand side, 4.6 does not have any of that. Let me actually refresh maybe. No, it's not there at all, right? There's nothing here. Fonts are correct. So these are the fonts that we're supposed to use when we refresh Opus 4.6. When you look at the animations, let's just judge the animations. Yeah, pretty nice and sweet. GSAP is amazing in animations, so I would expect it to look good. I mean, this page would need more work, obviously. Hero section, charts seem to appear in a nice way. I like that. Very gentle. We've got a little bit of a hover happening here, like an outline. You can see here. It's really nice and clean. Something I would expect from 4.6. Kept the color theme from Anthropic. It's okay. It's okay. But somehow the 4.7 feels polished or finished to me. So one, the hero section looks way better, or there is a hero section. I like the fact that it added this kind of a top heading. I'm not sure what you call this, but it's really nice. Let's refresh, check the animations. Yeah, really nice. The numbers are really cool, how it works. It is also nice that it used this kind of element, like the border top, and then it kind of carried it over into other sections of the website. I like that. This kind of shows you this kind of a different level of understanding, right? So well done Opus 4.7. And then this section, to me, the 4.7 looks way better, just because it is contained in its own element, so it stands out much easier against the background itself. Let me actually refresh and compare the animations of it. So this one goes from left to right. It's kind of nice, but it's a little bit slow. And the 4.7, okay, so it starts with a few elements and then it just kind of animates like it's flipping every single block, I guess, by like 180 degrees or something like that. Actually, I think the 4.6 is a bit better. It's a little bit more engaging and it kind of tells a story starting from left to right, versus the 4.6 is just a little bit, it's a little bit lazy, isn't it? It's a little bit lazy. Although 4.7 has a legend here where it is missing in the 4.6 version. We can obviously fix that, but we don't want to fix anything. So cards kind of look obviously similar, I would say. Again, it carries over the same kind of a element. I like that. Maybe the element is not the nicest, but it shows you that it thought about it, which is probably the most important thing here. And the animations itself, nicely animated. These ones, yeah, I'm not sure which one I prefer. They're both pretty nice. And then let's have a look at the bottom section here. Way more space in the Opus 4.7 version, which kind of looks obviously more professional. Color theme is the same, perfect. Again, this element carried over, perfect. But when you look at the title itself, like it says monthly spent, whereas on the Opus 4.7, it says where the money goes, sliced by tier, which is a little bit more creative. I didn't add any copy to the PRD. It was up to the model to come up with it. So it chose to do this. So it's a little bit more creative when it comes to that. So that's nice. And then the last part, again, the Opus 4.7 UI, I feel like it looks a little bit better with all the spacing. The fact that it added the colored circles here is also a nice touch. The color from the letter matches the color from in the dot as well. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's actually very impressive for, like, 2 minutes of work. I do really prefer the Opus 4.7 so far. Okay, let's test this. Let's ask it to add a dark mode. Okay, so it seems that Opus 4.7 thinks way harder than 4.6. It is still thinking, whereas 4.6 is already cooking, right? It's writing the styles, the CSS file, and then updating the app itself. Nice, we're getting screenshots being screenshotted. Opus 4.7 using Playwright MCP, left-hand side over here. Guys, let me know in the comment below if you have used new cursor, the agent, this GUI, and if you like it. Sweet, they both finished roughly at the same time. So if you want to pick one that is faster, they'll probably be the same when it comes to speed. But let's have a look at the generation. Left-hand side again, this one here, 4.6, we've got the toggle. It might seem like a trivial task, but it's really not, because it had to convert all the colors. So it had to figure out what the color is in light mode and then pick the correct one in the dark theme as well. So it's not a trivial task to do that without any direction. So let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. Readable. Maybe the underlines should be light gray, but that's fine. Yeah, it kind of did what it needed to do. Looks decent, I would say. Looks quite nice, maybe even better than the light theme. Refresh, no changes. That's good. Oh, I just noticed that the pie chart actually animates as well. Yeah, in the same way. Okay, dark theme. It's nice. This section is way better. This one here on 4.7 because of the background and foreground principle. It's much more professional, in my opinion, at least. Yeah, it's really nice. The problem is with the icon here. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. The moon icon should be white or light color. It's not, so we need to fix that. Yeah, pretty awesome. I just also noticed there's a gradient as well here in the chart itself, whereas here we've got solids. Each one is okay, I guess, whatever you prefer. I definitely would feel more comfortable paying for Opus 4.7 generation in this case, especially that it took the same kind of amount of time, although the cost is different. Okay, guys, quick test, Opus 4.7, a new day, a new LLM got released, which is pretty incredible, and it is just April. It's just wild to think what is going to happen at the end of this year. So, guys, if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Not many of you are actually subscribing, so if you like videos, please do that. Thank you again. I'm gonna do a few more tests and maybe do another video later next week. Do maybe a little bit of backend as well and frontend together using Opus 4.7. But today, thanks again, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.